Hey everybody, welcome into Siren Records Monterey. It's Fresh Catch Friday, and it is finally springtime. It feels so nice outside to have some sunshine for a change after it's just been raining and cold, and every day freezing cold. It's kind of nice to just not have to sit in front of a space heater all day long. But anyway, so this week we have some new stuff, some reissues, a few things that are finally available on vinyl. But we also like to start with the pick of the week, and this is grand. This is the Fall Live at St. Helens Technical College 1981. This is 2 LPs plus a 7-inch. Now, the thing is, fall live performances were always like an absolute joy, because it is almost like it encompasses everything that is great about the fall, but dialed up a notch. So yeah, I can't remember exactly how many times I was able to see the fall, but I loved every minute of it, and it was just great that they were so accessible in the 80s, and just always, oh my gosh, it's just Mark E. Smith. He had these very sharp, very clever, like post-punk kind of raw-edged but political underpinning kind of lyrics, real in-your-face stuff. And although the members of the band changed quite often, he was always the constant, and it was his band, and he always made sure that the musicianship was always tight and on it. And wow, it was just electrifying live. They were completely great. So this is a bootleg direct from the board, but they actually, this label, which is Castle Face, they cut a hold of every living member of the Fall, the photographer, the engineers, the sound people. Everybody was on board with this, going ahead and putting this out, this vinyl. Thank goodness, because it's that great. Anyway, but they are also, Castle Face will be donating 50% of the profits to Centrepoint, which helps the homeless in the Manchester, England area get back on their feet. So the local and deserving fall fans get a little, and they get to give back a little too. So, that's kind of a cool thing as well. But anyway, this thing is like nothing but hits, as raw as you want it, and an absolute joy to listen to live. So 2 LPs, 1 7-inch, and let me see how many tracks are on this. Let's see, 11 tracks plus the 7-inch, which is 2. So wow, and what a great photo that is too. Isn't that just like completely cool? I'm not sure who the photographer was. It doesn't say it on the back, but what a moment. Wonderful. 1981, the fall. Okay, so now let's get down to it and get through this. This is just some stuff that came out today, or reissues, that kind of thing. First up, here's the Bangles. Okay, this is Doll Revolution. This is 2 LPs. This is on Real Gone Music. They're like regarded as one of the greatest all-girl bands in rock history. They had harmonies, great songwriting, and they had chops. They were like them. There was the Go-Go's at the time too, who were a little more girly pop. These guys really worked on the harmonies, and they had that kind of thing going on. But anyway, this record here, Doll Revolution, one of their best records, but it's never really seen a widespread vinyl release. I think it might have been like a Record Store Day limited edition thing at one time, but it's never really been widespread music retail, because it really fell into the late 90s, early 2000s era, where vinyl was like considered dead, which is like now a joke, of course. But anyway, so with the full support of the band, Real Gone Music is bringing you Doll Revolution in its rightful format here on vinyl. 2 LP set in this nice gatefold packaging with an insert, and it is also on limited edition white vinyl. Okay. This is Tomahawk, Tonic Immobility. This is on the Ipecac label. Now, Tomahawk is like a kind of a super group, but led by Mike Patton from Faith No More and Mr. Bungle, and I think the bass player is also from Mr. Bungle. This is their first album in 8 years. It's one of their most diverse offerings to date. It's heavily experimental rock and theatrical ambience, and then it also has some more accessible radio-friendly hard rock on it. The immobility part of the title, Tonic Immobility, is hinting at the malaise of lockdown life with the uncertainty of the world around them. They entered the studio to conjure this familiar sound of past work and twisted hard rock steeped with Mike Patton's kind of oblique humor. This is the indie exclusive. It's 180 gram on Coke bottle colored vinyl. All right, Tomahawk. All right, this reissue of Train, Drops of Jupiter on Columbia. This is commemorating the 20th anniversary on limited edition bronze colored vinyl. It was their second studio album, released in 2001. The album's title is derived from Drops of Jupiter Tell Me. It's a lead single that came off of this, which was a hit internationally, and it won a Grammy Award for Best Rock Song. So anyway, this is like a band that really hangs around in that adult top 40 chart area. They're immensely popular, but anyway, this is the reissue here for their 20th anniversary, bronze colored vinyl. Okay, and to wrap up the pile for you, this is a real interesting release. This is Woods Reflections Volume 1, Bumblebee Crown King on the Woodsist label. It's their 11th studio album. Wait a second. All right, yes, strange to explain. This came out earlier this year and features material recorded between 2009 to 2013. So when they were speaking about the release of the record, they said, with no touring this year and possibly next, we decided to take a deep dive into our archives and put together the first volume of our much discussed archival series, Reflections. So this features like rare and unreleased recordings from that time period, 2009 to 2013, and includes like this ghost town desert jam off the side of the highway. I guess they had been driving through the desert. They pulled off in this ghost town and kind of just set up and started playing music, and they got something out of it, something cool. This also includes their first performance live in Big Sur, and the first recorded version of Bend Beyond, and some shelved diamonds in the rough that were finished up during quarantine. And they hope that it plays like a lost record from an extremely strange and fruitful period in their history. But it's also of note, included on a number of tracks on this is Kevin Morby, who was a former member of Woods, which is kind of an interesting thing to know. Okay, so those are just some of the releases that came out on vinyl today and reissues, and there's always more, but let's keep to it. Let's start our weekend, and it is Easter weekend. I hope you all have a nice holiday and something great planned with your friends and or family, but of course, socially distanced and careful. I hope you guys are able to all enjoy vaccinations soon, if that's what you're after, and then we can start all kind of healing our areas and get people back into the store, we're hoping, at some point. Right now we're still doing curbside, but once everybody on staff is taken care of and vaxxed up and feeling comfortable, then possibly we can think about opening the door and having things sort of start slowly returning to some sense of the new normal, whatever that's going to be. Okay, so thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time. Happy Easter, and see you later. Bye-bye.